Title: Cyraxx and the Halloween Block Party Showdown. Cyraxx had heard the rumors swirling for weeks. Music Biz Marty, his longtime rival, was hosting the biggest Halloween block party the town had ever seen. It was all anyone could talk about: costumed guests, loud music, and spooky decorations lining the streets. Every house on the block had gotten an invitation, except one. Cyraxx, sitting in his dimly lit apartment, fumed as he scrolled through social media, seeing post after post of excited people talking about the event. How could Marty leave me out? Cyraxx thought, glaring at the screen, his frustration bubbling over. He'd had his differences with Marty over the years, but this was a personal blow. Not being invited to the party of the season? Unforgivable. Cyraxx glanced to the corner of his room where his prized possession lay, a wooden sword, old and worn from years of practice. He had bought it as a kid, pretending to be a warrior fighting off imaginary enemies. Now it was more a symbol of defiance. Grabbing it, he stormed out of his apartment, determined to confront Marty and crash the party. As Cyraxx approached the block, the sound of music and laughter filled the air. Orange and purple lights flickered in the distance, and the street was packed with costumed guests enjoying the night. People in masks, superheroes, monsters, and witches mingled, unaware of the storm that was about to roll in. Cyraxx spotted Marty near the entrance, chatting casually with a group of partygoers. His blood boiled. "That should be me up there," he muttered under his breath. Without thinking twice, he stormed towards the party, brandishing the wooden sword like a medieval knight charging into battle. The guests turned as Cyraxx approached, their faces quickly turning from amusement to confusion. "Marty!" Cyraxx yelled, pointing the sword dramatically. "You think you can throw this party without inviting me? I've had enough of you treating me like an outsider." Marty, standing coolly with a drink in hand, raised an eyebrow. "Cyraxx, this is a Halloween party. Chill out, man." But Cyraxx was having none of it. With wild eyes and flailing arms, he threatened the guests with his wooden sword, shouting about how Marty had betrayed him. "None of you belong here. Get out before I make you," he bellowed, swinging the sword wildly. The guests, unsure whether to laugh or be scared, backed away, leaving a wide circle around him. Marty sighed and motioned to a couple of his friends. "All right, this has gone far enough." Before Cyraxx could make another dramatic declaration, two tall guys dressed as vampires grabbed him from behind. "Hey, let go of me! I'm not finished yet!" Cyraxx yelled, his legs kicking wildly, as he was hoisted off the ground. The wooden sword clattered to the pavement, abandoned in the struggle. Despite his thrashing and protests, Cyraxx was dragged to the edge of the block, where the music faded into the background. "You're out, Cyraxx. You're not invited, and you're not welcome," one of the guys said as they unceremoniously dumped him on the sidewalk. Cyraxx, out of breath and humiliated, watched from a distance as the party continued without him, the music swelling and the laughter of the guests echoing through the night. His grand entrance had turned into a quick exit. As he sat there, alone with his thoughts, Cyraxx realized something. Crashing the party hadn't gotten him what he wanted. In fact, it had just cemented his outsider status even more. With a deep sigh, Cyraxx picked up his wooden sword, dusted himself off, and trudged back home, defeated but still stubbornly clutching his weapon. "Next time, Marty," he muttered under his breath. "Next time." And with that, Cyraxx disappeared into the night, already plotting his next move.